Atul, one thing on set that you couldn't stand about him. Just one thing. It doesn't have to be a bad habit. It could just be something.
That's an interesting one.
Hello. What's up, guys? I'm your host and popcorn buddy, Chinmaya Sharma, aka Scubachino, and welcome to a man's life's presentation of Starstruck. Joining me today is Netflix's highly anticipated releases directors, Anshay Lal and Atul Mongia. Welcome, guys. How's it going?
Thank you.
Pleasure meeting you guys. And what I love about these interviews before it releases is I come with a clean slate, so I have nothing to base it on. How excited are you guys about the buzz the trailer's already generated?
We come from clean slate too. It's interesting, yeah. The response has been overwhelming. We've been working on it for 3 years now, actually two and a half years. And to see this kind of response on a trailer is quite phenomenal, Atul.
Yeah. I'm very happy with the response and got lots of calls, messages, well-wishers saying they liked it. So very happy.
Fantastic. Atul, I want to ask you, when do you sleep? Because you're a casting director, you're a writer, you do all of these workshops with actors all over the country. आप सोते कब हो?
नहीं सोता हूँ यार मैं रोज.
You get?
Yeah.
बिल्कुल नहीं सोता. झूठ बोल रहा है. He's up at 5 every morning. He is the hardest working person I know. He writes till about 2 in the morning. He hardly sleeps. I think he hardly sleeps for about 3-4 hours a day. At least during the shoot. The shoot schedule for him was fairly hectic.
Yeah, shoot was a little hectic, but hectic for all of us actually. And on shows, I think it becomes even more hectic because you have to shoot more scenes in a day than you would in a film. The resources can be slightly tighter than in films, and our training has been mostly film. So, show format is also new for all of us. So for us to adapt to the show format and to shoot faster, so it was hectic. So yeah, you sleep slightly lesser.
But I just mentioned that you've also been a casting director. Tell me, you've casted for films with very strong, empowering female characters, Lutera, Queen, Titli. Did that sort of transcend when you were writing Sakshi Tanwar's role in Mai?
I'm not sure. I think I actually very naturally go towards women's stories more. So even if the story is about a male protagonist, the female characters are pretty strong. So I actually find women characters more fascinating than men. I think there are more layers to explore. Also women are going through a transition space, especially in our country, all over the world. It's been happening since the 60s, 70s, and it's still going on. And men have been where they are for a long time. So it's far more interesting to tell stories of women who are transitioning from, especially in our country. And so Mai is also kind of like that, a woman who's in, kind of set in the world of patriarchy, and how the quest of finding something about her daughter is kind of in a very weird way breaking the chains of patriarchy for her.
What I love is what you guys have shown, at least in the trailers, you don't have to wear spandex to be a badass chick, and I love that. And first of all, who came up with the name Mai?
Atul. It's a very personal story to him. I think his mom's name Sheil.
Yeah.
That's the lead character, and yeah.
Yeah, Mai, it's a term of endearment spoken in North India, especially in UP, and my mother is from UP. So, the name of the character also I've taken from my mother's maiden name, mainly for me to remember that when I'm writing it or when we are making it, like how to not forget who she is. So the idea was always to remember who this North Indian, simple housewife woman is and never forget that. And we always tried to do justice to it.
Yeah, see, that was one of the trickier parts of the series as to this suspension of disbelief and how do you pitch a housewife doing things that are little beyond what will happen in the normal world, and how to pitch it correct and make it believable at the same time was the tricky bit. I think we had like insane lot of discussions on as to how much to push it and how much to not. So yeah.
2 directors and one of them being a writer as well. How do you guys find that, that synergy to work? Because I'm sure there must be days where you just don't agree with the vision, or you have different versions to get to the same goal. How do you guys go past that? And you said it took about 2.5-3 years to finish this entire project, right?
Yeah, see, like he said, series is a different ballgame altogether, and there are too many people who are involved in the process. And what was a personal learning for me also, and something that we worked very consciously about, is that there needs to be a lot of respect for one another. Two directors do look at a certain scene differently. But all these problems are sorted out in the pre-production of it. When you're sitting on the table and you thrash it out, then there's really no time during the shoot to sort of argue it out. I think the bottom line is that you have to respect the people around you and the hard work the team puts, for this entire journey. And yeah, if you do that, I think you're pretty okay with it.
Tell me on set, because again, both of you guys are creative people. Were there times on set where you said, you know what, I know we discussed this in pre-production, I think this might be better, and probably he might not agree, because I'm sure disagreements also are part of the journey. That's what kind of makes you better, doesn't it?
So see, actually more than the two of us, Sakshi made us do it. She's such a great actor, and something that you would have visualized on paper, something that he thought tonally should happen, something that I thought, this is how I will pitch it, and Sakshi would come and just completely change it. And we would look at each other and we were like, you know what, that's not bad at all. And then now let's toe the line from here and then move forward. So yeah, does it change on set? Of course it changes on set. Actors bring their own flavor, production design, the DP. So once the thing is so collaborative, you really don't mind changing your vision as long as it's better for the project. You sort of run with it.
Atul, one thing on set that you couldn't stand about him. Just one thing. It doesn't have to be a bad habit. It could just be something.
That's an interesting one.
I think both of us are...
No, ऐसे कुछ नहीं कि I couldn't stand about him. I mean, I agree when you were asking that question. I agree with you. There are disagreements, and we are still, because films are such a different format, and shows are very different format. In films, it's one person who's the custodian and the creative head, whereas in shows, it's multiple people, and you actually need multiple people to make a show. You can't make a show by yourself. सबकी energy आती है किसी भी चीज़ में जो आप बनाते हो, और ये सीखने में ना थोड़ा टाइम लगता है. एंड आई गेस बिकॉज इट्स माई फर्स्ट, दैट्स वाई इट्स टेकन मी लॉन्गर टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस एंड टेकन मी लॉन्गर. डू आई विश थिंग्स कुड हैव बीन डिफरेंट? या ऑफ कोर्स एवरीबडी विशेस थिंग्स कुड हैव बीन डिफरेंट. एम आई हैप्पी विद एवरीथिंग दैट इज आउट देयर? नो, आई कैन नेवर बी हैप्पी विद एवरीथिंग आउट देयर, बट ऑल आई नो इज दैट द बेस्ट दैट वी कुड ऑल collectively as production clean slate, as him and me as directors, the cast, all our HODs, our writers, the best we could do, we did that much. That much I can say, that we gave it our best. Of course, our best we'll see where it lands. वो पता नहीं.
Hopefully it'll land well.
Trust me, it will. I mean, just based on the trailer, but gentlemen, you just said that you're greedy, so am I. The trailer wasn't enough. Let us wet our beaks a little more. Give us something more than the trailer. I mean, tell us something that you're looking forward, or something that I should look out for once it releases on 15th.
Actually, the trailers have been cut by the Netlifx team, and all credit to them. And one debate that we had with them was, we've given already away too much. And it's already there. The story is completely there. It's just now the thing is how it unfolds, and if we say anything about that, I think that'll be a little unfair. But yeah.
Okay, at least tell me, the woman she's hacking in the end, saying, "Who killed my baby?" Does that person survive?
How do you know it's a woman though?
I mean, it can't be a gadda that she's removing the dust, can it?
No, Acha, so I would say really look forward to Sakshi's performance, because I think she's done a phenomenal job. And I think what you've seen in the trailer, that's just the tip of the iceberg, and there's far more in it. So please watch it for the story, for her, for everything.
I love how you've taken my excitement and just put it higher. But gentlemen, thank you so much for taking the time. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I wish you success and nothing
less. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, man.
Bye.
And for lots more on auto, sports, lifestyle and entertainment, log on to manslife.in.